Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about a topic called major depressive disorder. It's a milder version of bipolar disorder, and it's not necessarily people switch right into like from sad to angry or violence. It's not always that. Sometimes it can be, and in some people, and sometimes it's not. And it doesn't necessarily mean that a person with those disorders have any cannot it's not that they're crazy or anything. It's a chemical imbalance in the brain. Certain things are not working like it should, and but these people are highly intelligent people and they're aware of what's going on. um, and it's more traumatic to them that they're unable to control some of the things that they're doing or saying, or they especially when they lose the ability to be emphatic and to care about anything else or anybody. And um, and yes, it does affect the people around them as well. But it should be understood that the people around people with these disorders need to be also educated on it as well. Like in my case, I have a friend of 25 years. We've been friends for 25 years since high school. We've been friends, and he has, at the time they call it manic depression. Now he's bipolar, and his own went untreated. Even when he lived with me and my parents when he turned 18, because his mother put him out at 18. He came and lived with me for a couple of years, and with my parents and myself. Um, I knew something was different about him, but to me, he was always who he is, and that's how I accepted him. And I didn't have any education on bipolar or major uh, depressive disorder. Nothing. I didn't even know about that stuff. I knew about bipolar, but more as like a stigma, that or a joke when we tease somebody when we were young, but didn't really have a grasp on what those conditions were. But um, it's in making this video when I reflected back to him, and we're still friends today. Even though we're a couple states away, we still communicate every weekend. Um, it's only today while making this video, I made a couple others that I deleted, but that I even thought about the correlation between him and some of the things he's done, because um, it, but in passing, that's how I saw it. But after I let that pass through my mind, he's still my friend, and it doesn't really bother me, and I will still refer to look at him as who he is and not what he has. That's not important to me, and I believe that's why our friendship has lasted so long. Now, based on some of the research I've looked at online, um, people who have the condition, there are a lot of myths and stigma about them and the condition itself. And I won't go into details with that, but I use this as an intro to an acquaintance, a friend of mine I just met. We just became good friends, and he confided in me that his son has one of his sons have major depressive disorder, while the other doesn't. And the his son's mother has bipolar disorder, and so that's when I really started looking at the stuff very seriously to see how I can help him, because he seemed frustrated or didn't seem to have the didn't understand what was the full grasp of the disorder, and I think it was it was negatively affecting him. So that's why I really got involved with this, and I thought I would make this video, and it'll be several videos to this regard, to help you guys as well as my quest to help my friend. The boy's mother had bipolar disorder, like I mentioned, and based on my research, people or families with the disorder, it can be hereditary to some extent, or you're more susceptible to getting the disease, well, it's called a disease or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to refer to it more as a symptom, something that something that prevents you from functioning, I guess. I wouldn't call it a disease, because of the stigma associated with it. I'm really finding a hard term to refer to it. It's just people who have the disorder, I guess. But he's the one son, I guess, he inherited that part from his mother. His father's healthy, so fortunately, based on the research on bipolar, the son is highly unlikely the son will develop from major depressive disorder into bipolar. But he still has the symptoms of it, of being happy. He's happy. He's not going into the hysteria or the manic side of things, but he does get sad, and has prolonged sadness in a way he doesn't feel like doing anything or interested in anything. Has even had suicidal thoughts. So I understand some of the family history behind his son, and maybe you guys out there have similar family history, and you can relate. Now, with my friend, I wanted him, when I first started doing this research, I was looking at a cause and effect type thing, and then I started looking at the treatments, how to fix something. And the reality is, based on my research, there's no real fix for any of this stuff. Sometimes it goes away, sometimes it does not. But what can be done is to help the tools available to help someone with the MDD cope with it and be like anybody else, kind of like my friend who takes medication for his stuff. He works, he has an apartment, he's independent. He may not be doing extreme stuff, but he's my friend, and I will treat him. I've always treated him the same way I would treat any of my other friends who don't have anything, because that's what he is to me, my friend, and my dear friend at that. So I need to get my new friend to a point where he understands what's going on, because he's emotionally involved, because it's his son. I need him to get to a place where he doesn't have the frustration like he has now. And there's several treatments out there, obviously medication, which his son is on, but there are also therapy that's available in conjunction with not just for his son, but therapy for the father as well, my friend. And another big thing, which there's no real correlation, but diet, and there is a big correlation with exercise. So those are the treatments that I am looking at, and in the next video I will talk a little more in detail about those treatments. So if you all have any questions, make a comment in the section below, like the video if you do, and subscribe. You all have a good day.